here are the top 5 villains that we need to see in Spider-Man 5. Honorable mention is Big Wheel. I think you could do a glorious, glorious entrance scene where he's just going through the city. I know it's probably like, ooh, another chase scene through the city to start our Spider-Man film. Who cares? They're goated. They're goated. Just have Big Wheel running through buildings. That could be the difference maker. Have him be just running through buildings, blowing things up. Have Spider-Man take him out in 5 seconds. Be the funniest shit ever seen. Now let's get to the real list. Number 5, Rhino. Not some goober person in a rhinoceros machine. Not some terrible CGI shit. No. We need Rhino as he is in the comics. Just a guy with a rhino suit grafted onto his skin that he can't take off. That's what we need. And you could also do, instead of Big Wheel, could have Rhino rampaging through the city and just have it that Peter and him have a relationship before this, that he thought he was reformed, but now he's back in crime. Have it comic book accurate Rhino, where he doesn't really want to be a criminal, but he has to due to circumstances similar to Sandman. I feel like that could be good. Intro, he could be a side villain, then he doesn't really have much of a role. The next 4 villains should all be in the film. Number 4, Tombstone. This guy needs to be in this film. 10-second cameo, what? Are we joking? Only 10 seconds? In Spider-Man Brand New Day? Nuh-uh. We need him as a crime v crime, gang v gang shootout. Now, I'll explain who the number 1 spot is later, but obviously Tombstone needs to be going up against this guy. He needs to have his gang. But here's the thing, he can't have a gang without some cronies. Because we saw Spider-Man pack him up, and Spider-Man's so much more powerful now. That's the dilemma now with Spider-Man villains. He's too powerful with his new upgraded powers. He's just the GOAT. The only one stopping him are these next few. Number 3, Silver Sable. Now, Silver Sable would get packed up, and you'd be right. But I think Silver Sable could hold her own for a little bit, but then she gets webbed up. Could also serve as a love interest if you wanted to go that route. But I feel like Black Cat should be the love interest, even though she's not on the list, but she's also not really a villain, an anti-hero type vibe. But I feel like Silver Sable could be a great hire. Obviously, if Daredevil's in this film, which he should be, if it's a gang war film, then yes, Silver Sable would make sense for him. They would be a more equal footing. Spider-Man, no, he's cooking her pretty quickly. Which leaves the last 2 spots. These people could actually take down Spider-Man with the symbiote too. Yes, please. These 2 are the only ones capable of doing it. Number 2, Kraven. I say, well, we just got Kraven in a live-action period. It sucked terribly. We don't discuss that ever again. And all those Sony movies, they're gone. They're just in the past. We don't talk about them. We talk about Kraven in Insomniac 2. That's what we talk about. He's the GOAT in that. And that's what he would be similar to in the Spider-Man 5. But it wouldn't be like in Insomniac where he's just trying to hunt the best prey before he dies. That is what it is, but it's a different take. Instead of him just trying to hunt, he's hired, and he just sees Spider-Man as the ultimate prey. Because he also had to try to take down the number 1 spot. He doesn't need to be in this film, same with Silver Sable, but I feel like these 2 should be in the film. They haven't been done right, or not at all, in live action. I feel like these 2 would be the good cronies for Tombstone that could hurt Spider-Man. Kraven could obviously use his tricks and traps, because his battle IQ is insane. He may not be on the strength-wise. He's really strong, and he's pretty fast, but nothing compared to Spider-Man. But I feel like his IQ and traps, you could figure out that the symbiote is weak to vibrations, and that's how he ends up defeating Spider-Man. Similar to how he gets him in Insomniac Spider-Man, where he stabs him, but without the symbiote, it would be an opening, and then he stabs. And maybe that's how, and maybe. We'll see. All right, you should adapt Kraven's Last Hunt for Spider-Man 5. That's definitely a good idea. It's the only comic I've read. I want to read more comics, I just don't really know how, but that comic, oh my peak. They need that in Spider-Man 5. They need that. Leading into the number 1 spot, obviously, Mr. Negative. If this guy is not the villain in Spider-Man 5, they fumbled the bag. Now you could say, where's Venom? Where's Venom? If Tom Holland's doing 5 more movies, bro's not coming in until 7 in my vision, bro. He can be put on the back burner. They need to edge that really long. That's why when that movie comes out, easy $3 billion movie. First $3 billion movie. Anyways, back to Mr. Negative. I feel like where Peter is in his life and how Brand New Day was all about hope and overcoming depression, I think they should do the complete opposite in Spider-Man 5. It should be a dark movie where Mr. Negative plays on his emotions, especially with the symbiote fueling it. Especially since Martin Lee's destroying Aunt May's legacy, even though Martin Lee doesn't know that he's doing it because Mr. Negative is the evil guy, but Spider-Man thinks that he's just pretending, but then he realizes it's a Green Goblin situation later in the film. That would be peak. Mr. Negative needs to be the main villain. He's number 1. Tombstone v. Mr. Negative. Absolute cinema. But Tombstone can't do it alone. That's why he needs his goons. He could also do Rhino, but Kraven and Silver Sable do make the most sense, and they fit well with the symbiote as well. Especially Kraven. A lot more Kraven. He fits so well with the symbiote, and I feel like he could prove a good challenge to Spider-Man. Now, that's the dilemma. Spider-Man's too powerful, so you can't have these other villains coming in. You can't have really big multiversal villains. That doesn't make any sense. Carnage has to come after Venom, and Venom is way too soon. And the Sinister Six, I think, should be Spider-Man 6. But that's a later video. Enough said.